Hi guys, so I'm here with my review for The Fifth Wave, which I finished a couple of days ago, but one thing after another, my life seems to not want me to have a tube life. This is the first novel in a new trilogy. This came out last year, as far as I know, and the sequel, The Infinite Sea, is out this year in autumn. It's basically about an alien invasion, and there have been 4 different waves so far, and each of these waves have been engineered by the aliens in order to try and remove the human race. So it's basically about Cassie Sullivan, who is possibly the last human on Earth as far as she knows. She is struggling to fend for herself and attempt to keep a promise that she made to someone, and throughout her parts of the story you find out what this promise is and where she's heading and what her drives are. One thing I really love, which is a brilliant stylistic choice, and I really approve of Rick Yancey's choice to do this, is he uses different points of view, and you get the point of view of this character called Private Zombie. He was definitely my favourite character in the entire book. Private Zombie is a soldier that has been conscripted into the army to fight the extraterrestrial threat, and there are some other characters that we get the point of views from, which is really interesting again, but I'm not going to go into who those characters are because spoilers. So mostly we follow Cassie. I mean, her storyline is the biggest part of this book, and everything, even the other points of view, everything comes full circle to converge around Cassie, which of course she's our protagonist, and that is really interesting, and it's all tied in so neatly. Even though it's YA and people go like against YA novels, which I really don't understand, there is like a bit of a love interest, which you expect with a lot of novels at the moment anyway, because that's just a trope that is in novels. It's something that is there in order to try and bring in a certain type of reader who enjoys that. It's really not the main focus point, and it doesn't engulf the entire storyline and make it insufferable at all. I was far more interested in the other aspects of the story, and those didn't disappoint at all. This wasn't the stereotypical worries that people tend to have about YA fiction, is that it's just a constant, mushy, way too fast love story that completely ruins the entirety of the story itself, and it really didn't do that. It was really handled very well. The only problem I had was some of the stylistic choices. Rick Yancey decided to use WTF and actually write that out in the narrative, which is something that sort of jarred me and it really irked me. I really didn't like it. He also had some really stinging cliches in the narrative, which bugged me a little bit. They were few and far between, so it really wasn't that bad at all. A couple of times I felt like it was slightly predictable, but actually I completely didn't get the full entirety of what was going on. I had quite a few speculations, and my speculations were probably a little bit wilder than what actually happened. So I gave The Fifth Wave 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. If it was purely based on enjoyability, it would have got 5 out of 5 hands down. It was absolutely wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely walked into a few people by accident as I was reading this while walking to work. I didn't want to put it down as I walked from the 5 minutes from the train station to the store that I work in. But again, for those stylistic choices that really irked me, and for a couple of the things that I didn't particularly agree with, that like on a writerly level, that Rick Yancey decided to do with it, I personally was jarred from the story a couple of times, so that's why I didn't get a full 5 out of 5. So, Fifth Wave, thoroughly enjoyable. I really recommend that you read it if you haven't, and if you have, let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Next thing I'm reading is The Archive, which I don't have with me because it's in my bag downstairs because I had it while I was walking around town today. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm not very far into it at all. It's definitely interesting. I think the first page I already did a little mark of a line that I found beautiful. I really loved it, and that was the first page. I've never read anything that Victoria Schwab has written, but I really like her writing style, and I like some of her stylistic choices already. I am part of the read along. I'm definitely behind, very behind, but I am part of a read-along. The next time I see you should be Wednesday for the top 5 Wednesday. I will see you on Wednesday, and until then, take care and stay shiny.